Okay, so week 2 finished. Chemo, bang. Second one gone. 2 weeks of radiation. And yeah, I must admit today I'm feeling a hell of a lot better than I was like this time last week. I mean, after the first chemo, and I had no nausea tablets and stuff for my mouth and all this. Fuck, terrible. Lots of pain, man. But anyway, this week I've got the right meds. So I'm pretty okay. When maybe tomorrow kicks in, day 2 is the one. But I want to talk today, I was thinking about MINDSPACE. I was looking at the people in the hospital, and you can see the people that haven't got hope and they've submitted. The ones that are angry, you can actually see people, and it comes to, why, first of all. Okay, it's fear, isn't it? I mean, it's unexpected. All of a sudden, boom, we've got a full stop at the end of the line, or maybe a couple of dots, aren't there? That could be dying. And what I can't fathom, what doesn't resonate with me, is that you would change your life. I mean, if you found out you're dying tomorrow, what would you do? How would you change? I mean, bucket list, yeah, whoopee, or what to go, but are we going to change our behavior? Are we so unhappy with our life? Because if we are so unhappy with our life, that the only time we're going to start trying to chase the life that we now all of a sudden might not have is when we find out we're going to die. There's an end at the end, but every single day you face death. You get in your car, you're facing death. You get up in the morning, look at the world, hello, the whole world is in a state of chaos, so we can die any time. And so this mindset of saying this submission, this giving up in the head for yourself, it's not for what you project out of people, it's for yourself. How can you fight it? And even the terminology that we fight it, all of our terminology in language is so aggressive and so, it's not fighting, it's just getting rid of it. You know what I mean? And believing it can go, and believing it's not this adversary. And then you follow, it's not then, okay, well then you just depend on faith. You find out, you study, if you want to do something that interests you, you find out how to do it, right? And then you study, you put your attention into it, and then you learn out, then you find out how to do it, carpentry, whatever you want to do. But this, all of a sudden, it's two mindsets, which people can't research you to come, which is cool, that's where I would. Find out what the fuck is going on. And the other one is like, no, I don't do it. Someone else must do the research. Oh dear, have you watched your diet? No, it hasn't hurt me before. Hello. So there's responsibility on it. So it's a headspace, first of all, of saying, it's not, I'm going to fight this thing. It's just saying, fucking, you just got to go, You've got to do the right thing, take the right medicines, do the right behavior. And it's like changing a house, it's moving a house, okay? But still lurks in the back this death. So, and as I said, the thing that concerns me is this, that we want to change our behavior. I'm not thinking about that at the moment, am I wasting days with research? Sometimes I get aggravated, I hate research. And so I get aggravated with it. But, the head is not sort of turning on, shirking or panicking or anything like that. And when we die, why are we scared of this? We've known our whole life. The only thing we've known our whole life is that we're going to cry. Okay? That's just we don't know how, and we don't know when. Okay? Which is probably a good thing, because otherwise you'd be like this shit now, wouldn't you? And in the death, what are we scared of in the death? Of not being here. I can understand the fear that you're not there for your loved ones, concerned about them, concerned for how they're going to fit in. And that's why obviously, your life you try and nurture, reach for more man here, but you try and build up so that your family and your structure can support them even when you're gone. And when they're gone, and you cry for them and our hearts bleed. But the fear of that I can understand, and the loss of that. But the fear of what happens after I die, where do I go? Am I going to heaven and hell? You know, and this to me is not a religious thing, because religion's only been here 5,000 years. Whether there's a God and a creator, that's 13.87 billion. So it's a bit of a different thing. So I'm talking about God. I'm not talking about the book. And my relationship is with God. It's with the creator. And is this a divine creator? I don't know. What is divine? That is attached to it by religion, where it is, how would God consider himself? And if he makes, would he have turned around that all of us are made of stardust, and every particle in that we are made up of has been around for 14 billion years almost, every single one of them. Okay? And they come together for this 60 years or 70 or 80 or 20 or whatever, constituted in the form of your body. Okay? And that's the only time in that whole period it'll be in this form, and it'll be in the future. It'll be gone. It'll be broken up. You'll be in the ground or ashes or some shit like that, depending on the actual pen you take it. And you will never be that again. But this form, if there was a God, would he honestly create that stardust for 13.8 billion years? Okay? And let it flutter beautiful through the universe. And then put it into a body and say, right, here are 10 rules. And if you don't obey these rules, if you don't, and these are rules about social behavior with humanity. It's got nothing to do with the planet or star, just with humanity, other people, society, this kind of stuff, how to behave basically. And if you don't follow those rules properly, he's going to damn you to damnation on your little 80-year period. I don't see that. I don't see this heaven and hell thing. I really don't. I said we will be absorbed. My belief is I will be absorbed. My body will go back into the soil. Okay? I will be matter. Tomatoes. And my energy will be absorbed into the energy of the universe. Okay? And my spirit will be absorbed into my disposition of the universe. In other words, is it good? Is it happy? Is it sad? What is it? These are emotions that I don't know how are translated into the celestial existence. But there will be equivalence of a positive and a negative energy in some way. So your contributions on earth and what you do will contribute positively or negatively to the energy and spirit of the universe. And this is what it's all about. And that's why I will be absorbed. And I won't even know about this existence, because those little particles and that spirit and that energy is the part of the universe. It's not part of governing me. So I've got no fear of it. I know where I'm going. And think about it. Think about it carefully. I mean, religion, and I'm saying all these prophets and stuff, yeah, good. There isn't. There's religious spirit. Obviously, there's God's spirit in religion. But I think religion is driven too much by doctrine, dogma, possession, science, things, and not enough by the relationship between you and God, the divine creator of everything that exists. And that is what links us. And that is why the collective, us of humanity, is greater than our individuality. And this is what's fucking the world up at the moment, isn't it? If you ever look at capitalism, capitalism is a system where we will do anything, whatever we can, to get a couple of hot fucking fast trackers and punt them, and they make a fortune, and we get billionaires, now going trillionaires, that are now the collective, the cluster that run the planet. But now, if you're going to look at the way I think it should be, and if you look at what Putin has done, and think, and now this is where you all switch off, because it's like, now he's talking about the fucking Russians and China. You think about it. Don't judge people by the t-shirts they wear. Look at what, stand back from the situation and look at it. Look at the situation. So we got these billionaires this side, right? Forget about ideology. Forget these fucking names. And then we got Putin and Xi Jinping that are saying, we run everything, okay? And then we decide on how to spread the wealth and privilege in the interest of society, of a nation. So there's one, not to make fast trackers and fucking medal winners. It's to say that everyone moves forward. Everyone moves forward, not at the same pace, but they all move forward. And in Russia, since 2000, since Putin's taken over, Russia is a completely different place. And it's the Las Vegas of Eurasia. It's what's happened in China, even more so. And Xi Jinping did the exact same thing. 20 years, bang, he turned that nation around by saying, we don't leave it in the hands of greedy people that just make themselves sticky rich and don't give about shit about anyone else, because that leads to what's going on now in the States. And that's an ugly picture, man. America, and it's not the people, for God's sake, it's the system. It's the system that are run by politicians and business people and orchestrators of society. It's not you and me, it's not the people. They're like, follow, but unfortunately group think kicks in, doesn't it? It's like accountants and lawyers going to soccer match and then turning into fucking vandals, turning cars over after the match. It's groupthink, and when we act in groups, we think by the strongest, biggest mouth, not the brightest, quite honestly, it's by the biggest, loudest, most bombastic motherfucker, and we listen to him and everyone, yeah, boom, and they go there. Meanwhile, the thinker's like, well, I don't think we should think about it anyway. And this is the whole system, the way that we turn around and work out what we follow is history, upbringing. We follow blah, blah, blah. That's what made apartheid last for so long, isn't it? And this is what the Middle East is causing so long there in Israel. Let's face it, man. The Israelis living in Israel do not know the history of that place. They've been dished up a version of the history, and they've clung, even though there is, what's that thing called? There's a dissonance, what's it? Hostile dissonance or whatever in your head, that you know it's wrong, but you stick into it because you believe. And this is it. And it doesn't make people bad. It makes it manipulatable, Anyway, that's enough of that thing. But I think we've got to turn around in life. We've got to get rid of all of these shutters and milestones, and make it much more fluid. We live and not have to live in fear of everything, of ourselves, of people, what we say, being nice, being horrible. Fuck it, man. All we've got to do is be ourselves, and that's what democracy should be. This is the right of a state or anyone to protect a person's right to be himself, as long as that right, that self, does not impose. And that's what it should be, man. What a lack of world to be. Anyway, what a lack of one.